Hello, welcome back. It's pouring down the rain, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to do a little video answering some of your questions, what I can remember, and telling you about what happened to the projects for the people who were interested in them. I've been asked a lot of things about am I welding and stuff like this still, and am I doing this, doing that. So I thought I'd mention that. It's St George's Day. Yes, St George's Day today. If you don't know what St George's Day is, it's when all the English hide and pretend not to be English. For some reason. No, because all snowflakes. No, today is when we celebrate being English. And it's a big day for me because I'm English and proud. You know, there's no, you know, that's how I am. So I've done all my stuff on Facebook, English and proud, done all this sort of stuff. Yeah, for some reason, like the Scottish, the Irish, the Welsh, they have bloody good days, like Paddy's Day. And in Paddy's Day, all the English go out and get pissed and celebrate and have big parties. When it comes to their own day, they hide. They don't put flags up because people think it's racist. It's not racist, it's just supporting your own country, for Christ's sake, you know what I mean? But anyway, we're not going to go on about that because I will moan for hours. But anyway, happy St George's Day. A bit of sad news coming light. It'll come about in a week. Quickie, Simon, Quick Bikes, he's no longer with us. I don't know no more than that. But yeah, he's a bloke. Another YouTuber I commented to. We spoke quite a bit, and there's a program years and years ago we were on it, and I used to wind him up every time it come on. You know, he's a bit of a laugh, you know. So yeah, you know, sad. It would be sadly missed, and it's not the only one who's gone. We lost Doug, haven't we? And we lost Doug and Lorne gone. Lorne gone I was always in contact with Lorne gone and stuff. In fact, I've still got some of his stickers here. You know what I should just keep now. But yeah, so it's sad, and you know, we all sort of get attached to people, and yeah, but yeah, so my thoughts are with their friends and families, and you know, I'm not going to make it sad because we all know how we feel, don't we? And it's one of the questions I keep getting asked at the moment, a couple of people, is am I still doing welding? As you can see, the welder's still stuck here. The MIG's here and the arc welder's underneath. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit. Can't really do a lot in here because of the mess at the moment. And I will do more welding in the future. Like I said, I've stopped the projects, and there's a video coming up soon. I'm in the middle of filming now. What I can't actually finish because, like I say, it's raining. I was so close again to doing another project, and it ain't gonna happen. I'll bang that kind of idea. It's not a good idea to do projects, but I'll explain that in a minute. Yeah, so yeah, I am doing a bit of welding, a lot of repairs. I'm making a few tools up for myself to help me with the scrapping. Only rough old things, you know, just like tack things together just to help me out. I might improve some of them so that I can, you know, they last longer, and maybe even give them a few away to other scrappers, you know. But yeah, nothing much, you know. But I am doing a bit of welding still. Like I say, I can't do a lot while it's here, but when I alter the garage round in the next couple of weeks, I'll have some space to do welding, so I will do more. How much I shine here, I don't know, to be honest with you, because one of the problems with the projects and anything like the welding side for me, just didn't get any interest. Honestly, didn't get any interest, and that's a bit disheartening when you're trying to do a project and it takes you 10 times longer to film it, and then you get no views for it, whereas I can strip a bit of copper and get them views what I want in minutes rather than, or hours rather than weeks, you know. So you don't understand why I don't, the project, another reason the projects are stopped. Obviously space, scrap takes a lot of space up when you're doing it the way I'm doing it. So that's another reason the projects are stopped. But yes, I am doing welding, and if there's a demand for me to show a bit of welding, I'll show a bit of welding, but I can't really see. Maybe I've got another channel as well. So the description there, and if I do, some of it might be on here, some of it might be on there, because at the moment all I've got on there is really Louis BMXing, and it will have more as the year goes on. It will get, like the other channel, will get better. So right, I think it's time to talk about some of the projects. Oh yeah, I have got questions. I have got loads of questions. People ask me about the lawnmower stuff. I am avoiding the lawnmower stuff as much as I can at the moment, especially with questions. I get some weird questions like, how do I change a belt on this, that and the other? I haven't got one here. I've got no real interest in that particular machine. I mean, I can, like the haters, I can tell you, I can probably give you numbers off the top of my head, like, you know what I mean? But we'll avoid them questions for now. I might do a question and answer thing in a month's time, about a month's time, and then I'll let you know when I'm doing it, and then you can ask them questions about mowers if you really want. You want to really make me happy. Right, let's talk about projects. So I haven't got a list with me what the projects were, but there is a board over there. What was my schedule for filming? Yeah, believe it or not, I had a schedule for filming, and I can't really see it because it's half buried and it's on its side. I've got what's that? Mud mowers. Oh, fast hater. Oh, yeah, you know how much I got around me out. The RC stuff. There's a few other bits. I can't really see what else is on there. But anyway, if I remember rightly, for project wise, we had the bobber chopper. What was a little mini moto. I was cutting it with the RC. I was cutting it down to like a headstock in the end. I'll tell you about that. So we've got bobber chopper, obviously the Westie, Project Charlene, what was the Murray, fast hater. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but I know I'll get it. Oh, I've got a phone call. Hold on. Right, I've just been told off by the boss again. I'm going to, but yeah. So, so I think there might have been a few more projects and stuff, and plus like the RC stuff. We'll talk about that as well, because that's changed quite a bit. Yeah, so let's get on with the project. Now, the first project I want to talk about is I'll be quick for these, as quick as I can. The first project was the bobber chopper. What was the mini motor? What ended up getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and ended up with a headstock. I built it. I used the original forks because I was planning on getting, and the wheels, because I was planning on getting it all set up, jigged up and everything else. It all went together fine. The tank wasn't fantastic. I bought a seat for it. Yeah, it was all good, but it was so small. It was too small, because obviously I wanted it to look like a chopper, so obviously the seat height was low, and it was too low really for even the smallest kids to get on it and use it. So the obvious happened to that went on the scrap pile. It could be quite a common thing. Is obviously I kept the bits I wanted off of it. I don't think it was the engine out, but I've still got the engine. I've still got the other. I've actually still got the other mini moto out there. What we're going to have to strip and scrap. Yeah, so that was short-lived, but I really enjoyed that. It took a lot of figuring out and trying to get things square and stuff. I really enjoyed it, because obviously I wasn't filming it, so it's all done fairly quick, you know. I think I spent about a week on it, and it was done. Yeah, yes, it could have done with a nice spray job instead of what I did with aerosol cans and bits and pieces. But yeah, the idea was there. Yeah, but like I say, it was just too small. The Westie's very, very simple. The chassis is sitting right next to you. The engine is down here on the floor. The front axle is over there, underneath the buried underneath that rubbish over there, by the lift, or under the other bench. The bonnet, and you know, it's outside. That's going to scrap. Yeah, I've decided that's going to be scrapped. We'll see that in the next couple of weeks. What's the engine? Yeah. So that's going to go to scrap. There's no interest in it at all. Louis, obviously that was Louis, and he has said about doing it and that, but he's got no time. He's got his exams coming up. He's got he's into his BMX now. That's twice a week, and with other stuff, it's just I don't think he's got time for it. And he'll be going to college soon, so let's just get rid of the bloody just clear the space. Waiting. Project Charlene. I've never said I'll never get rid of that machine. But it's been built and took apart, and I really would like to make that into a lawnmower, a racing lawnmower, but cost, the time, everything else is against it. If I built it, I want to race it myself. I haven't got time for that. Any free time I get, I will 100% back Louis up and put it into his BMXing, because I really want him to do. I don't want him to do well. I just want him to enjoy it. And if he's got me to help him, then it makes sense to me to help him. So I think that's just going to be scrapped in the end. I could sell it because it's an ideal one for racing, and sod it, I'm not bothering around. Yeah, I don't put comment and say I'll buy it off here, because I'm not going to sell it. Selling stuff is hassle to me at the moment. You all know how my brain works, and that would not be good. What other projects have we got? Right, and the one I want to talk to you about mainly was the one what nearly pushed me over the top in more ways than one, and that's the fast hater. I think people hated it from the start. Honestly, I think I didn't get many views anyway, but my viewing figures just went every time I put anything to do with fast hater on. It's the one that took the most work. It was the wrong machine to do in the first place. The machine I've got up the top there now, what I'm stripping for scrap, you'll see soon, would be the ideal machine for it. But I went with that fast hater because that's what I had. Or that hater, that's what I had. Yeah, I built it, and it was dangerous. It's the only one I can put. Wasn't what you call mega fast. It's fast enough, but it was, and everything I sort of set out to do work. There's a few little bits I had to adjust, just where the engine was sitting, because it was chucking off chains and stuff. But it sort of worked. And if you're not sure what fast hater was, it was a little 125 engine what's sitting on my bench now, on a little ride-on mower basically, and the engine was in the back, but the chassis was a bit of a funny shape, so I made my own chassis in the end, and it worked, but it didn't want to steer. It was not enough grip on the little wheels. I used original wheels on it, original front wheels. it didn't want to steer, and when it did, it steered too much. It was like literally such a lock on it. It's just dangerous. It was dangerous, and I couldn't stop it very well. A bit more thought and a bit more effort would have done it, but no. So you guess where that is? That's on the pile. That's scrapped. I stripped it down. I don't think there's any chassis left. I think it went in about two bits. I should have saved the box section, I know, but get it out of the way. Gone, and it's done. There's still the back axle here, what I'm going to strip in another video soon, hopefully. Back axle, strip that from our alley and stuff, that's on the top. The front axle is still here, believe it or not. I found it the other day, I didn't realise. I keep seeing it in clips of video, and I'm like, oh bloody hell, that axle's still here. So the front axle's still here, and back axle, that's it. The rest have gone to scrap. The engine's still here. What I'm thinking about stripping down and just weighing it in, to be honest with you, because yeah, I don't want to do another project like it. It was good. It was good. Good experience. Good for me learning the engineering and stuff like that. And I get it, and it was good. But as anybody else looking at it would look at it and went, "What a pile of shit," you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the fast hater win, and that's the one I spent the most time on, and that's the one I was disappointed. I'll say right from the start. I wish I'd never started it, to be honest. I've rather kept the motorbike. Well, I've still got the motorbike. That's something else we're going to have to strip down and scrap. But yeah. Right, what else is there? One of the other projects what we never got started was the MTD. What is still outside my door, actually, still sitting out here. Yeah, I'm not, the engine is sort of completely buggered on it now. So I'm not going to do anything with that. That's a V-twin 20 horsepower, I think that one was. Yeah, that's going to be cut up and go to scrap as well. And we'll do that. We'll video all this over time, because there's obviously lots of alien stuff and bits and pieces on these machines, these bigger ride-on machines. So yeah, you will see them, but I'll just, like I say, there won't be much. It'll be part of videos, you know, as I cut them up and scrap them. RC stuff, well, I remember the RC stuff. What was all my old vintage Tamiya stuff, and I think there's an HPI there as well. I hung on to it, waiting to come back on, and I was going to do some more on it. But when Louis decided to get into BMXing, I decided to sell it. We're talking quite recent, so I can buy his bike and stuff like that. They're not cheap BMX bikes, not racing bikes. Yeah, so I sold all my stuff on eBay, and all I've got to say is I'm at least £300 down thanks to eBay, what I will never get. Because the argument goes on and on and on and on and on, and it's got to the point now where I just said to Heidi, I can't give a shit anymore. I know it's a lot of money, it's a ridiculous amount of money, but the argument's not with eBay, well it is with eBay, but it's causing aggro at home, so it ain't worth the hassle. I'd rather just say, fuck it, you know. Yeah, so I sold what ones did I sell? I sold the Escort Cosworth, the Mini, the Fiat, even my Grasshopper I sold. Nice bloke bought the Grasshopper, by the way. He bought that, and he bought another TA02 chassis for me, what I bought for a project years ago, and spares, and he bought that for me. Nice bloke. He actually picked the stuff up, so that was cool. Well, that was good. It's fairly local. Yeah, so I sold a lot of my RC stuff. Still got some. I've still got more what you haven't seen. But at the moment, I just haven't got time for it. Again, it's something else I'd still like to do, the RC banger racing. There's a few clubs, well, within sort of 30 miles from here. And it's something I could do around Louis BMX and still have time to do it. I don't know. I'll say at the moment I'm concentrating on his BMXing, but it's something I'd like to do for myself. So, you know, watch your space if you're in the RC, because it might come up, hopefully. I'm hoping to do something. As much as I like doing stuff for Louis and letting him do it, it's made me feel, if I was younger, I'd go back to the racing, do some, you know, I'd like build a hot rod or something and do some hot rod racing or something. On a budget, obviously, but you know what I'm trying to say, I sort of missed that. I started to miss the atmosphere, the bus, you know, trying to get the adrenaline going. I'm missing all that. But I know you wouldn't get it with RC as much as you would, but it's just, you know what I'm saying. People who've done stuff, you know, I'm still a little bit competitive, you know, not over, you know. Right, I don't know if you can hear that. That's a wasp. And he's been sitting up on that light all the time I've been filming. There's something about this light. It's not the actual light itself. It's because they don't sit on it. They sit on the casing. I don't know if it's a vibration or a sound thing from the light. Wasps and bees and big old flies like it. They really do like it, and they sit on it for hours. And if you unplug it, they fly straight off. So like when they'll get a bee, like a honeybee or any bee in here, I unplug it so they go out the door. You know, you've got to look after your bees and stuff. I don't mind wasps, but I don't particularly want it building a nest or anything in here. There's a big bugger as well. I say he's been sitting there all the time I've been filming, but Yeah, you often get that in here. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's any more projects that I was doing. Probably is. I was doing a few bikes and stuff, push bikes, but I didn't really film a lot of that. I let Louis do that now. I say Louis does it, I end up doing it. But ain't worth filming at the moment. If I do anything else, it will go more or less on the other channel, I think, because I'd like to keep this towards scrap. And that's why I'm doing this video now. I know a lot of you are probably watching because you've joined for the scrap side of things, but I need to finish off the projects. Same with the lawnmowers. I'm still getting questions on lawnmowers. And like I say, I think you pretty much know how I feel about lawnmowers now. That's why I've tried to step away from, because it was doing my head in. And but yeah, I don't mind answering a few questions like on mowers, but some of the questions you get asked, comments like, why is this doing this? Why is it? How would I know? I'm not there, I can't see the machine, like I said at the time. Yeah, you know, I can't, you know, it's like I could say, why is it doing, it's doing this because that and the other, but I haven't got really a clue because I haven't seen the machine. You know, I worked on small engines for most of my life, and it's time for me personally to step away from it. I don't mind the comments, but you just can't answer. You can't answer the question. It's impossible. And if people do answer the question, how do they know what the answer is? Because they're not seeing the machine. You're getting, I get things about, people say about belts and stuff sticking, and or it's always dry. It's because the belt's tore out, or the belt's the wrong size, it's too tight. There's 100 answers to a belt problem, and I can't answer that bloody problem because I'm not there looking at it. You know, sometimes you need to dress a belt because it, you know, and I guarantee 99% of people who cut the grass have never dressed a belt in their life because they don't need to. It's what I'm trying to say. So lawnmower questions are awkward. I must admit, if you watch lawnmower channels, most of the time it's carb cleaning and changing carbs. That's all the basic stuff. Once you've done it, you've done it. And when you've been doing it for so many years, like I said, it's job to answer. I can answer a question, but it probably might cause you more hassle than what it's worth. Yeah, so like I say, that's why the channel's changed. I know I could have just set up another channel, but why bother? Because people have said that, why didn't you just do a separate scrap one and forget all the other stuff? People still like to watch that stuff. But yeah, like I say, that's the idea of having two channels now, that this is scrap and what I'm doing around the garage and garden and scrap and yards, scrap yards, and you know what I'm trying to say, it's that side of it. And the other channel now is for, I might put a few mowers on that, I might put a few days out, I'll put a little bit, all there is at the moment, like I say, really Louis stuff, and that's not great. You know what I've filmed, it's just little clips, I've just filmed bits, just to put something on the channel, but it can only improve, can't it? I'm saying. I don't want to ramble on too long either. So let's see if there's anything else before I go. Right, I think I've covered all the projects. There's just a couple of things I need to, or want to say. I want to thank all my subscribers, my new ones, but especially my old subscribers, the ones who stuck with me from the beginning, you know. There's a few who are still out there, and I really do appreciate, I appreciate every subscriber I get, because it just amazes me why people would subscribe. But it's fantastic when you think people for years, you know, have been stuck to it. I know it's very low percentage of subscribers actually watch your videos. Very low according to the, you know, what I get come up on my phone. But yeah, I appreciate every view I get, you know. If you've got to take the time out of your day to watch, you know, I've got to appreciate it. So thank you very much. Yeah, and like I say, at the moment, because it's a crossover between season 1 and season 2, you're getting people, obviously, if they watch me old, if they're new to it, they come for the scrap and they're watching me older videos, like lawn mowers and God knows what else. That's not the sort of stuff they want to watch. And everybody was like, me lawn mowers, probably don't want to watch the scrap. So I understand the figures going up and down all the time. They do anyway, always have done. But I do appreciate every view I get. So if you haven't subscribed, give it a go. Hey, I hate doing that. But give it a thumbs up, videos thumbs up, because that makes a hell of a difference, apparently. I'll say that, I don't even actually know. But yeah, I do appreciate every view I get. What I'm planning on doing is maybe in a few weeks' time, I'll mention it first on here, that I'm going to do a Q&A, and then if you've got any questions, yeah, just ask. We can definitely get this season 1 gone, done, finished, out of the bloody way. Because I want to move on. Obviously, we've got the other channel. On the other channel, at the moment, like I say, it's only Lou's BMX, and there's a little bit of one of the videos. There's a little bit of my birthday with a meal. It was totally crap. Like I say, the video isn't very good at all. Got about 20 subscribers over there. It'd be great if some of you could go over there and subscribe. I appreciate it. Or just go over and look at the video, just to get the viewing figures up a bit. But later on, there'll be a lot more stuff going on there. Hopefully, I don't know how it's going to pan out. Can't plan the future anymore, can we? Definitely can't plan the future. So, another thing, another quick one. I always said I'd do it. Let me know if you've got this far. If you want me to do it, video on mental health. I might not put it on this channel. I might put it on this channel. I might put it on the other one. But obviously, I'm a man in my 50s, early 50s, and there's a lot of people out there don't like to talk and stuff. And I wonder if you want me to do a video on my mental health. It's something I always said I'd do, but it's hard to do because I can only tell you how I feel at the time. But if I do like on my personal self, or myself, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so the video, you could literally do a video different every hour because it would be different. How that is how you feel. But if you're, you know, if it affects you and you think you want me to do a video just on that, put it in the bloody comment. I know it's like I've been in, you know, I can be in a room, 100 people in the room, and you're still on your own. And it's not easy for us blokes and women, but I mean, it's really hard for blokes don't talk. I know big things have changed, but a lot of us old stubborn bastards, we don't talk, and we should. And sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is a funny old thing. And yeah, that's why I always say at the end of the video, it's okay not to be okay. And I mean that. Help people translate that in the world, you know, to their own little world, that's up to them. But that's it. So anyway, I shall see you next time. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.